Gray, no Dixon, can you work us through those two, please?
Well, Rob's out with the COVID protocols, and Charlie's out with an injured ankle, which is still not behaving like we'd like it to. There's some more investigations going on. He'll probably be out for a bit longer. We thought, to be honest, I thought last weekend he'd be okay and play. Monday he ran and he couldn't run as well as he needed to, so he'll be missing for an extended period of time, I'd imagine.
So without those two forwards, how do you structure up front?
Well, we have to be as creative as we possibly can be, and we have to make some change, and we have to put some ability in there that can help kick goals maybe, and also we got to work with our delivery in there as much as we can. And now, look, our delivery last week we had plenty of opportunities. The delivery wasn't where it needed to be, so if we deliver something similar, we'll be in similar trouble, I'd imagine.
Back in the same three tall forwards again, or do you have to?
No, we've made one change. Jeremy's out. Jeremy Finlayson will miss, so he'll go out of the team, and but we'll certainly go with Georgiadis and Marshall, and with the support cast around them, as we've had to do in the past. We'll bring in some couple of newer players who haven't played this year in Mays and McEntee, so we'll come in and help and support. Both play forward end of the forward of the football, so we'll mix and match a little there.
What have you backed in Marshall? His form hasn't really been.
No, I think it's more than a reasonable question, and Todd's aware of that. Todd knows exactly that his form's been off the mark, but we feel like there's a need for some structural support as well, and you obviously have you need a second tall that can actually help you in the ruck as well, and we think Todd, from a contest point of view, is in probably the best option for us this week, no doubt, as compared to Jeremy. Yes, Trent will play.
Marshall also offer you that option?
Certainly gives us that flexibility, yes it does.
What do you say to Jeremy?
His contest is not at the level we need it to be, and his performance is not where we want it to be. And Jeremy's, look, they're honest players. Players don't get too confused. He knows exactly what he's going back to work on, and we imagine he'll work on it pretty well. He's been a pretty successful footballer over the journey. He's not in good form at the moment, but he's paying a bit of a price for the team a little bit.
Normally you see R. Gray penciled in on the Port Adelaide team sheet, and you think, well, that's that game done and dusted. How big a hole does he leave for you guys?
Oh, he leaves a big hole. But Rob should be at the stage in his career where he's not relied upon as much as we have in the past. And last week would suggest we're still relying on him a fair bit. But Rob, he's not there. It's part of the development of the team. They still need to be able to handle themselves.
Stop Dixon, Ken, when you say extended time, do you have any clarity on that?
Oh, look, I think we're looking at 4 weeks probably. With the injury update that I got this morning, it looks like it's probably going to be closer to 4 weeks, I'd imagine. But again, the things you hope go best case scenario. And I always say when I talk about injuries, we're giving you as accurate as information as we can today without knowing exactly how they behave.
How big a concern for you is that when the forward line is still such a work in progress?
How big a concern do you think it might be? It's a big concern. Charlie's a very important part. He hasn't missed a game in 2 years. He's a critical piece of our team, but as is Aaliyah down the other end. But what we've always done is we need to step up and we need to fill the boots of someone who's not there. And 2 weeks ago we lost the game against Brisbane, but we played at a level that we think was more certainly a truer reflection of us than last week. But we have to respond to last week.
What do you think it'll say about your group if you can get through this next sort of couple of weeks with the guys that you mentioned now? Like it's a spine in any starting team. What will it say about your players if they're able to negotiate that?
I think it'll say a lot about what we expect them and what they expect of themselves. We always say, and every club does, we expect that we can replace people when they go out as long as we can play well together. The team will always come out on top if they can play well together, and it's a great challenge for us.
Ask about last week's review, not from the coaches but from the players' point of view. What did they sort of tell you guys about what went wrong, I guess?
Oh no, they're honest. They're a good, honest group. They know exactly where they failed, and as I said, we had opportunities in offence. If we talk offence, we had opportunities in offence that we didn't maximise, and that was a performance in the front half of the ground. We didn't get what we wanted, and certainly in defence we were poor. And that, we've got a long history of being a strong defensive team, and we were opened up last week.
So why were you opened up last week on review?
I think it's a bit to do with the opposition and a bit to do with our intent, and our intent was off the mark. Can't hide from that.
Have you ever coached a game where you've dominated nearly every statistic and had that result go against you?
I don't know. Stats, scoreboard's the only one that I probably look at, and I probably wouldn't reflect on them all and know whether they are or they don't. But yeah, we had some football, but you got to make your moments, and we didn't make our moments.
And the points as well, just the showdown, the build-up to the showdown, step it beyond putting a session from the review. Motivate them enough to actually turn that around.
No, well, look, showdowns are always motivating to both teams. I think it's big in this town. We're all here again today for the very reasons, and it's a big event, so it motivates both teams, motivates our team, but our performance is more the motivating factor rather than the opposition that we play against. But clearly, the Crows and us are both in a difficult position at the moment.
Can we fix as quickly as back to the next?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as I said, we've been pretty consistent. We've performed at a pretty consistent level over a good period of time. We've had moments like every team has, but we believe in the group and we think the group can certainly respond.
How do you see Adelaide at the moment? They're 0-2 as well. How do you see the Crows for this game?
Look, to be fair, I've spent my time on us as much as anything, and our performances, and we clearly look at the opposition every week. We understand where Adelaide are at, and we understand where we're at. But more importantly for us, it's about what we're going to have to do at our level, and make sure our level's at a level that's closer to where we should be.
How strange is it that you're the hot favourite to win the showdown? You seem to be under enormous pressure.
We deserve the pressure. We embrace the pressure. The pressure's good as far as we expect to be a good side, and and that's why I think our expectation as a football club is that we're a strong and a high performing team, and with that comes expectation and pressure. That's part of the game. It's not something that we get spooked by. It's something that we understand and appreciate and almost respect it.
Didn't have to ask. A couple of years ago, the Leisure was favouring Adelaide. I think it was 4-0 going into maybe 5-0 if they got up. And you guys got the chocolates on the night. Your celebration in the box afterwards. If you win this one, it'll be 5-0. Can you expect any sort of post-match celebration?
No. I told you last year. I think the last 3 or 4 years, I learnt from that silly emotional outburst. But the game does powerful things to you, and when you're up against it and you're feeling tough and you're feeling hard and you want to fight, sometimes your emotions come out at the end of a fight, and we're up for a fight.
5-0 would be nice for you though.
Don't care. 1 and 2 is more important for me.
Ken, just want to ask about Sam Hayes. He was out there this morning. Is he a chance to come in for a day?
He'll be in the squad, but I don't expect Sam to play.